Breaking news, Governor Ron DeSantis is putting his foot down for the people of Cape Coral, suspending councilwoman Patty Cummings from her duties on city council. Thank you for joining us on the Night Beat at 10. I'm Annette Montgomery in for Amanda Hall.
And I'm Russ McCaskey. Cummings is facing 3 felonies tonight related to her election last year, which put her in the District 4 seat. In the last 48 hours, she turned herself into jail and bonded out within hours.
And yesterday, she attended a board meeting, which would be her last for the foreseeable future. Cape Coral's mayor thinks the governor's decision in this executive order in my hand was the right one.
It's in the best interest of our community to suspend her.
And tonight we have team coverage of the chaos in the Cape.
The Night Beat just in case, and Claire Galt will join us from Cape Coral City Hall, where Cummings' spot now sits vacant. Claire, you spoke with the mayor tonight. What did he tell you about what comes next?
Russ, Mayor John Gunter said he's going to hold a special meeting tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. That's when he and the other members of City Council will decide whether they want to appoint someone to serve the remaining months of Patty Cummings' term or whether they want to hold a special election. Patty Cummings was defiant Wednesday night. She called out her colleagues on Cape Coral City Council, then declared she would not quit.
I've always voted in good faith, and I have no intent of stepping down anytime soon.
A day later, Governor Ron DeSantis ordered Cummings removed from office, effective immediately. My sources in the governor's office sent me the executive order first. The 2-page directive lays out the allegations against Cummings and says she can no longer perform any official act, duty, or function of public office.
I concur with that judgment that it's in the best interest of our community to suspend her.
Minutes after I broke the news, Cape Coral Mayor John Gunter announced he would address the felony charges Cummings now faces. The result of a state attorney investigation that concluded Cummings did not live in Cape Coral District 4 when she won the election to represent the people of District 4.
The election process, we have to make sure that the integrity of that process is always held to a high standard.
Do you believe that council has work to do rebuilding trust?
This particular incident is involving one individual. I think the integrity of the remaining members of the council is still there, and we'll move forward with the best interest of our community at heart when we're making our decisions.
Now, the city is moving pretty quickly. When I finished talking to Mayor Gunter, I checked the City of Cape Coral's website, and it had already removed Cummings from the roster. District 4 now says vacant. Annette, Russ.
Thank you so much, Claire. We'll continue our team coverage tonight. A Wink News crew went to Patty Cummings' house to give her an opportunity to share her side of the story.
Yeah, we also spoke with a city volunteer who had dealings with Cummings while she was in office. Let's bring in the Night Beats just in case.
Now, Justin, tell us about how your visit to Cummings' house, how did it go?
So we went to the Cape, we went to the Cape Coral address listed for Patty Cummings on the arrest report. We walked up to the door, rang the doorbell, but we were not able to speak with Patty Cummings. I did send a text message to Patty's cell phone number. I also sent an email to her attorney representing her. We are still waiting to hear back, but in the meantime, we stopped by a number of places and businesses in Cape Coral's District 4 where Cummings served. Several people told us that they didn't even know who I was talking about. Others who are aware of who Patty Cummings is told me that they didn't care that they no longer have a representative on the city council right now. One woman even telling me, quote, they didn't do anything for us anyway, end quote. We did speak with Tom Shadrack, the man who ran for mayor of Cape Coral in the last election and was vocal at council meetings about Patty Cummings allegedly not living in the district where during her campaign. He feels Cummings retaliated against him for speaking out against her by terminating his voluntary position on the Budget Review Committee. And tonight he told me this feels like justice.
Now that it's over and she's removed and she's out and she's being tried and she will be found guilty, there's no doubt. It's so blatant that it feels good tonight that she's finally out of her seat. But it was 10 months that we've been trying to get this done.
And Shadrack continued by explaining that although this is a rare occurrence, he told me that he feels like maybe this is a sign that some kind of verification or validation process must take place to make sure candidates actually live in the district where they're running for office. Live on the Night Beat, just in case, Wink News.